So about a year ago, I ran a survey amongst the owners and managing directors of small and medium-sized companies. And one of the questions I asked them was, what would you like to see more of from the members of your management team? And these are the things they came up with. So in this short series of videos, we're going to be looking at each one of them in a little more depth. So in this video, I want to talk about decision making, which again, there was a perception that either people were reluctant to take decisions or they didn't really think decisions through. It's an important starting point when it comes to making decisions in a business context is generally there is no such thing as a correct decision. That's because every business decision typically requires trade-offs, normally between margin, quality of product or service, and customer experience. So it can only ever be your best judgment of which one of those to place emphasis on. And secondly, pretty much every business decision is shrouded in uncertainty, i.e. there is a probability that whatever we decide may not work or may not give us the types of outcome we were expecting. And equally important to recognize is that companies operate with a finite amount of resources, specifically people, assets, and money. So they have to make choices and priorities about what ideas they're going to run with. And as Verne Harnish famously said, more businesses choke on opportunities than starve of them. So decisions have to be made normally based on things like return on investment or return on effort. What are the things that are going to give us the fastest and best quality return? So I teach a framework that I call the clean action taking framework, which is perfect for considering complex decisions because it starts with what is the outcome that we're driving for and how clear are we about that? Then it goes back to where are we now? What do we have around us that will help or hinder us trying to get to the outcome we want? And from there, we can create the tension between those 2 points from which a path of least resistance or a sequence of actions or a plan will emerge. Or at least we'll know the next few steps that we have to take. Then we have to look at obstacles. What are the things that we know or that might have the potential to stop us being able to execute our plan of action? And finally, of course, because the world keeps moving, we have to be able to measure our progress across 2 dimensions. Number one, we have to measure to make sure that we're doing what we said we were going to be doing. But secondly, we have to measure whether the doing of that is giving us the types of results we want or not, so that we can calibrate and make adjustments where necessary. So a lot of decision making is just about slowing down enough to really consider all aspects of the decision and also to consult widely with people around the business to get different perspectives involved. Then you'll become much smarter at making good decisions.